Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today is going to be a good day. First of all, this video is not brought to you by some website can create your own website. It's brought to you by me. I'm the sponsor. Now, in this particular video, specifically we're going to talk about DXO FilmPack Essential because generally the Elite version costs about 99.99 euro, which is essentially 100 euro or $100, depends on where you are. And Essential, on the other hand, cost about 49.99, about 50 euro. Now, first of all, I'm not really willing to pay 100 euro for a software that is basically a preset filter, no matter how good it is. Yes, it can be amazing, but still I cannot justify 100 euro. So we are looking at 50 euro one, which I think is a good value for money if it's still good enough. First of all, let's jump into the difference in Elite. First of all, in Elite, the notable difference that you can edit RAW in Elite, which personally I don't really care, because if I'm shooting and editing RAW, I would rather use a dedicated RAW editing software, and followed by more filters. Again, if Essential has enough filter that gives you the look that you're looking for, I think I should rather stay with it, only because more filters mean that you have to spend more time finding out which one actually works for your photos. Sometimes more choices means more time consumption, and that's not really productive. Especially if you're making money out of photography, you rather create beautiful photographs quickly and then get out to the world. Now, I spent a good amount of time using the Elite version for a while just to see exactly if it's working for me to justify that 100 euro price. Personally, no, because DXO FilmPack already does a phenomenal job providing all the necessary tools. So 100 euro is probably for those who don't have DXO FilmPack. In that case, you can just use what do you call anything that you have, Lightroom to Raw Therapy or Silky Pix Developer Studio Pro, any kind of dedicated photo editing software, because you will find whatever you're missing out in Elite version here. Now, let's jump right into it and show you exactly how it functions and whether or not it is good for you or better than Nik collection. Now, one thing I want to mention before I jump into the review is that end of this video, I'm going to play a slideshow of all the filters that are available in the Essential so that you can see for yourself whether you like the look or not. All right, let's jump in. Now, first of all, I'm going to pick a photo. How you pick a photo? Essentially, you have to go to the top left corner and you can either click open file or open folder, and you have all the necessary tools. Pretty straightforward. You don't have too many things here, which is amazing. I like it. Simplicity is the key here, especially when it comes to the preset. It should not be more complicated. Then you have the toolbar, which is basically save. You save your edit after once you're done, and you also have the compare tool. You can have quick compare by clicking the I button before and after. So we're gonna jump into right now. First of all, I'm gonna click a filter so that I can show you exactly what the tool does. Then we're gonna jump into the overall interface. Now you can click the I button. I can see before and after. That's one option. Second option, you can either click one, I can see side by side the before and after, or you can click one more time and drag it, which is, you know what, to be honest, I'm a big fan of it. Now, you can zoom in one-on-one, or you can zoom manually if you like to, and then you have a nice little crop button. You can rotate it to 90 degree. You can fix the level like that, which is pretty amazing. And most importantly, you have a preset, but you can modify the preset with this modify image settings. You can click it, and that will bring you to the extra modification. First of all, you either can change it to color or black and white. Originally, I selected black and white, but you can click the color and it will turn it to color. So I'm gonna get rid of this level button so that you have more workspace. Then of course you can add rendering, so you can have different kind of slide film or negative film. You can add grain. You have multiple choice of grain options available, which is beautiful. You have to remember DXO FilmPack original objective is to give you that old school film look of various kind. So therefore, you're going to have a lot of rendering tools, you're going to have a lot of grain tools, you're also going to have a toning tool. For example, if I add toning such as sepia or close enough, yeah, there you go. Then you have like a nice sepia tool in the high tones. High tones means that tone will give you a sepia look onto the highlight areas, which is, if you are familiar with the split toning, there you go. This is basically split toning with the extra control. Beautiful. Low tones, obviously, let's say for just to see the change, I'm gonna click blue or ferric subfield, so you can see the nice contrast of the high tones and the low tones. Of course, you have the basic development, which is color, light and color, basically the exposure control and the saturation control. You also have a little bit of contrast control, obviously, but in the elite version you also have fine contrast control, the clarity, the high contrast area and the low contrast area. Again, you won't be missing out a lot if you already have a dedicated photo editing software. Now you also have filter, which is, I'm not really surprised. Essentially it gives you the lens filter look. Let's, for example, if you click green, it will give you like a nice green overall look, which is also connected to old school film photography. You can control the density of it, depends on how strong and how weak you like. You also have the creative vignetting. So you whether can add a little bit of extra vignetting in the white side, or you can make it darker. And personally, guys, I really love it. They do a really good job, and fact that everything here does a good job automatically with almost 1 to 2, 3 maximum click. You don't need to work too much. You don't need to shuffle around with a little bit of slides here and there because it's kind of time consuming. This software does a very good job giving a really good film look. I like it. You have the midpoint, for instance, and then you have the transition. I don't know what transition is, so let's take a look. So I'm gonna add some vignette, and if I do transition, so that's basically a fading. So whether you want a harsh fade or you want like a nice smooth fade, then the roundness, obviously you can imagine by the word round, so whether you want square or you want round enough. So yeah, that's overall how the DXO FilmPack looks like. Personally, it took me about 10 minutes max to show you exactly how the things work, which is amazing. I forgot to show you something else. So on the top bar, you whether can decide to see your histogram, which is important. Personally, I always leave my histogram on. And you have the display, so obviously you can stack the display on top of it with a small thumbnail version. Very important if you are doing local contrast control. And also you can whether make it bigger and make it smaller, your workspace. Now here's the important part. Now I'm gonna turn this on off. Now we have a set of filter, right? So each time you click a filter on the left hand side, you have a history of everything. Personally, I'm a big fan of it. I mean, it's a very clever choice that they have done, that they give you a name and they give you a creator, type, first produced, end of the production, how the film worked with the detail and the history behind it. And each time you change it, you change with the left right button and it'll give you like a nice explanation and the look. And I went through basically all the filters. If your original photo is already good enough when it comes to exposure and color, you are set. All your objective is to make sure that your original JPEG or TIFF file is perfectly color corrected and perfectly exposure corrected. When you have all this set, the filter works just fine with one single click. You barely need to touch the modification button. Now, question is this software worth your money? Personally, again, the 99 euro or 100 euro, no. It's phenomenal, okay, I get it, but it's not worth 199 or 100 euro just for the preset. What I do like though is the 50 euro one or $50 one. And do I get it? Personally, this is for the first time ever I'm actually envying buying a preset software more than Nik collection, to be honest. Only reason why, simplicity and all the filter works, and you don't need to really wiggle around with the sliders, which means it's time saving and productive. So yeah, I'm going to personally buy it, and if you spend 50 euro on this essential version of the DXO FilmPack 5, you won't be losing money. In fact, I think you are going to enjoy it. So after this video, I'm going to play the slideshow of all the presets of the essential. So I'm gonna go. I wish you all the best. Like and subscribe if you do like it, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye.